Good morning. It is the day after Halloween and I can officially start playing Christmas music in my house. Well, I don't know about that yet. My wife might put a stop to that. Not that she's definitely not a Scrooge about it, but I do love my Christmas music and I play it all year long whenever I feel like it. Thanks to Pandora and stuff like that. Anyhow, hey, listen, one of the things that I've been doing, goodness, for about 3 years now is I wake up every single morning. It's not even a habit anymore. It's just, quite frankly, who I am. And I wake up every single morning and immediately in my head, I just give thanks and I give gratitude. And I do it intentionally. I think about what I'm grateful for that morning, and then if it has something to do with somebody, a person, then I will generally send a message, phone call, text message, Facebook message, depending on how we communicate, and I tell them I appreciate them in my life. Of course, there's the every single day gratitude that I tell my wife that I'm grateful for her every single day. She is the best person in my life by far, and that goes without saying for sure, but I don't let it go without being said. Let's put it that way. But what I'm going to be doing over the next couple of days, over the next 22 days basically, is I am going to be sharing a Facebook Live sometime throughout the day. It's not going to be at the same time based on what I'm doing that day. But what's going on, Jordan? How you doing, man? Great to see you too as well. And I'm just going to be sharing something that I'm grateful for every single day. And I challenge you to do the same thing, but not just be grateful, not just say that you're grateful, but actually be intentional and be grateful in your actions. And if you are grateful for a particular event in your life or something that you have or somebody that you have in your life, then tell them that you are grateful for them. I'm grateful for your friendship as well, Jordan. I really am. And mean it and be sincere about it. And it's like I said, it's just something that comes natural to me. So for today, as I was riding my bike to school with my son, that's one thing that I'm extremely grateful for, is the ability to be able to get up and be there for my son, get him ready for school, ride our bikes down to the school and drop him off. And this morning, like he does almost every morning, we hug each other. I tell him, give him a message for the day that's private between him and I. And then he starts to walk off, but he always wants to come back and give me one last hug before he goes into the school. And I love that because I have two other boys that are much older, and quite frankly, I wasn't there like that for them. My oldest, I was deployed all the time. There was a couple occasions, at least 2 occasions, that I came home from extended deployments and he did not know who I was. Now they warm up to you really quick, but he just was kind of timid. He kind of withdrew a little bit because he didn't know who I was because he was young. And then my middle son was basically the same thing. I was deployed quite a bit. I was gone, or I was at work a lot, many hours. And now I'm working from home, which is another day for my gratefulness. But today was being able to get my son up for school, ride to school with him, give him a hug, and then I'll be able to go later on this afternoon and pick him up from school. And then, we'll be able to ride our bikes back home. And I'm grateful for that because I wasn't able to do that with my other 2 boys. So that's what I'm grateful for today. What are you grateful for today? Post it down below. I would love to hear what you're grateful about and why. Not just what you're grateful about, but also why. I think that's important, and you should express that. I think you should express your gratefulness, because ever since I started this whole attitude of gratitude about 3 years ago, I have to tell you, almost immediately so much more started coming back into my life. And what I mean by more is, I mean more relationships, and just everything that was already around me started coming into my vision because I had these blinders on and I was just focused on one thing, which I'll talk about later throughout the next 22 days, is I had these blinders on and I was ungratefully chasing a 6-figure income. Ungratefully chasing a 6-figure income. And once I realized that, I started listening to what my wife was telling me, Wally, what the hell are you chasing? She used to tell me all the time. I just it just hit me when I was sitting on the beach in Hawaii watching my son play in the water and on the beach, and he was playing in the ocean water, and he's yelling, "Dad, Dad, come play with me, come play with me." And I'm like, no, I'm sitting here, and I'm sitting in the gazebo on the beach, and I'm listening to a podcast, and I'm, basically was there listening to a podcast or an audiobook, I don't remember, basically trying to figure out how to make more money and live the life of my dreams. And there I was sitting on the beach with my son playing in the water, my house that I lived in behind me, my wife in the house, and my other son in the house, well, one of my other two boys in the house, and it just hit me. My wife's words, "Wally, what the hell are you chasing?" And I just put the headphones down. I went and got in the water with my little guy. We played around for a little while, went back into the house, and from that point on, from that point where I just started to realize just to have this attitude of gratitude, so much more came into my life in the form of relationships, stronger relationships that I already had, other opportunities that were already there around me, just weren't in my view because I had these blinders on, and I was ungratefully chasing a better life. Once you start gratefully chasing after a better life, and I'm all about being grateful for where you're at today and being happy with what you have today and who you have in your life, on your way to having more. And by having more, I mean having more relationships, stronger relationships, having more, I am all about improving your income, because the income that you earn today is not going to sustain you down the road. So you should always be improving your foxhole. That includes improving your life and living a life of attitude and gratitude and abundance in family, faith, finances, and fitness. You should always be improving all those areas. In fact, right now I'm getting ready to go back and work out with my middle son, and we're going to go do our workout in the garage and improve on that. All right, so we can always improve on all of those parts in our life. All right, so that's it for today. This was a long one, but the rest of them are going to be fairly short, I'm sure. Maybe some of them will be long. But the bottom line is, I want you to post down below what you're grateful for today, and then for the rest of the next 22 days. I would love to hear what you're grateful for and be purposeful in what you're grateful for. All right, take care. Have an amazing day coming into the next weekend. Take care, Jordan. Thanks for hanging in there, brother.